RITP has provided me and my colleagues tons of valuable resources from observing how children play, detecting specific deficits, and also new ways to treat our clients. I am Jennifer Padilla Melendez, and I have been an occupational therapist for 12 years now. I did my pediatrics rotation back when I came out of school on reflex integration, so that's how I came very involved about reflex integration, and I have been getting trained through MNRI. I even went back to get my doctorate to do research on reflex integration with children with autism. I have worked in home health setting, outpatient clinical setting, and then I decided to venture in home health again as my own private therapist owner. I opened my own business, and 1 year ago I decided to open my outpatient pediatric clinic.
It sounds like you have lots of training already in reflex integration, so I'm really curious, what made you pursue certification with Coquette McDonald?
So I learned about the RITP certification program through another colleague that had mentioned about more reflex integration exercises that you can do with children in a fun way. So I decided to look into it, and what drew me into getting the certification was the language that was very easy to understand, the concepts to be able to explain it to a parent. Sometimes it's really difficult to explain to parents what you see and how it's impacting development. And I saw that her videos that she provides to promote her program were easy to understand and follow. And then after I met with her, I wanted to do it to learn more ways to implement reflex integration and get more resources for home exercise programs. That is a big piece for me to send parents. We try to do monthly home exercise programs with our families, and as a business owner, having home exercise programs ready to hand out takes a lot of stress, a lot of workload from me. That's why I got drew into taking RITP.
How much time you've saved in a week? You have clients, you have prep, you have treatment planning. What would you guesstimate since going through RITP? Have you experienced time savings?
I mean, all I have to do is pretty much go and finding that exercise that I knew was appropriate for my child and just printing it out from the app, from the resources. I could do it right before the session or right after, or if I'm seeing a client twice a week, I will tell their parents, hey, I'm gonna train you on something new next week. I just print it out depending on the child. It did save me a lot of time. I've created a home exercise program.
How many clients would you be seeing a week then?
On average, I am seeing 18 clients.
Can you speak a little bit more on what you found were the advantages of you as a clinic being trained?
Now, in order for anybody to come work at our clinic, they need to have that reflex integration background, just because we promote that we work on that. So it makes it easier that anybody looking for those services, they'll find it at our clinic, and that we all understand that language. And whenever we're talking amongst ourselves, we can refer back to like, oh, did you do this? Did you do that? It makes it easier for us to report it the same way, record it the same way, and then even just provide each other advice.
What was it like specifically going through the training with Coke?
Very comprehensive. We did the shorter one that's like 6 months. We had to do the coursework, independently, and then we will meet once a month to do Q&A. Going through the course itself was pretty straightforward because she gives you the lessons and then you kind of go through each one of them, and it doesn't let you move forward, unless you finish the other one. So it takes you through all the steps, and then she does try to tie different development things to the specific reflexes. So to me, it was very easy to understand the language and the concepts to where you get a deeper understanding on how reflexes impact development and how, if you don't integrate them, how can that look in the long term? So for me, just going through the course is pretty straightforward.
How has this impacted the way that you work with children?
It has made it easier for me to come up with exercises on the spot, also to provide exercises for parents to do at home that they understand. It's not just passive work, it's more play work. I like that she has the symptom checklist for the reflexes, and so I have been using those. Now that I'm assessing my clients, I can track progress on those reflexes so that I have a more of an outcome measure. Are they getting better? Are they getting worse? Are we improving one area more than others with those symptom checklists?
I'm sure that there's always different kids that's stand out. Do you have a few success stories that you'd like to share with us?
One of my success stories is a boy that has been diagnosed with autism, who have fear of heights, any kind of motion, fear, playing in the playground, extremely aversive to grooming activities, whether it was brushing teeth, hair, nails, all that. And so to the point that he has never had a haircut in his life, in multiple sensory approaches combined with RITP, he went from not being able to participate in an amusement park, right, like park rides, to enjoying rides such as tower drops. And mom was so excited to share that and send me videos like, oh my goodness, look what he's doing now. And also he finally got his first haircut, and that was very successful. His hypersensitivities reduced greatly. He now presents more social and more open and receptive to new activities.
Always so exciting to hear the success stories. Can you tell me a little bit about how your parents have been able to continue the exercise at home? How has that worked?
So when I provide home exercise programs to the parents, I usually give them one exercise at a time so it's not confusing. I go to training about how to implement it, modifications, and COCA provide resources to where it lists all the positive signs, negative signs, and modifications that you could do and things to note for when you're working on it. So I give it to the parents and I have them implement it for about 4 weeks, and then they just provide me feedback.
What would you say to another clinic owner looking at getting their therapist trained? Is it worth the investment?
Definitely recommend RITP to anyone looking to deepen their knowledge in primitive reflexes and how unintegrated reflexes impact development and day-to-day activities.
Do you think this program has influenced your confidence and effectiveness as a therapist?
RITP just added more tools to my toolbox that I already had. It does make me more confident in the way I explain it to parents, even though I have all this great knowledge on how I need to treat a child and how they're being impacted. I think RITP has helped me make it very simple to explain it to parents.
If you had to describe the Reflex Integration Through Play certification in 3 words, what would they be?
That was hard. I'm like, 3 words. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to think here.
That's okay.
It's great. It's very informative. It's very comprehensive.
Was there anything else you wanted to share with us about your whole experience over the past 6 months with RITP?
COCA is very passionate about what she does. I enjoyed getting feedback one-on-one from her. So it felt good to have somebody there that it's stuck, she will help you through the process. So you're not alone taking that class. You are very inclusive. She makes it a community so that you're bouncing ideas with other therapists as well, even if they're in different parts of the world. So it's good to hear stories from everybody and what they're going through as therapists. I enjoy doing the RITP certification program.